Hey there, everybody. I'm Robert Arrington, and my little niece, Ashley Arrington, on Sunday after church was asking me about Florida crackers. See, she's in 4th grade out at the King's Academy in West Palm Beach, and they're studying Florida history. Well, she wanted to know more about a Florida cracker. That is a cow whip. This popper, as I roll the whip and it makes that loud cracking sound, that's actually that frayed end breaking the sound barrier. Way back in the day when Ponce de Leon brought the Andalusian cattle and horses to Florida, he was then ambushed by a bunch of Indians and had to hightail it to Cuba, where he later died. But he left all of his cattle. That cattle turned wild and is commonly referred to as cracker cows, cracker horses. Well, in the 1800s, lots of people were promised opportunity and promised land and were able to move down to Florida to work and locate, round up these cows. Florida actually has the first population of cattle in the entire country, way back, a couple hundred years ago. So, could you imagine Florida in the 1800s? We're talking hot, wet, sticky, mosquitoes, tough place to be. Very tough place to be. Well, every cow hunter, some places they call them cowboys. Here in Florida, the cowboy is known as a cow hunter. Every cow hunter has himself a cow whip. And when you're working cows, you're pushing those cows. You're talking through sawgrass ponds and flag ponds and through big patches of palmettos. You gotta use that whip constantly, working that whip. Pow! Mostly, it's the sound. So imagine if you're spread out, you can't see one another, you can hear the cracking of that whip. Pow! You know your buddy's over there, another buddy's over here, you're pushing that cattle. Or, if you've got all the cattle grouped up, one's slowing down a little bit, pow! Make a little noise right behind her. If she still doesn't want to speed up, pow! Pop her on the rear, get her moving along. Got a lot of work, need everybody moving at the same speed. Well, the term cracker really came from the ladies in town. See, it isn't like they could push their cattle into a local Burger King and pick up a hamburger. If they were coming into town with their cows, the women would hear them from a long way off. Here come the crackers. They'd start cooking. They'd get them a pot of coffee, maybe some rice, some cornbread, throw on a piece of meat, you know, like wild hog, gator, deer, wild turkey, something like that. Cook them up some dinner, make nice gravy, swamp cabbage, who knows? But as those ladies would get dinner ready, they'd always know the crackers were coming by the sound of their whip. Nowadays, many people use the term cracker as a derogatory term. Cracker is not a derogatory term. It's only derogatory when it's said by someone being mean. See, I am a cracker. My grandpa, Shotgun Shiver, he was a true cow hunter. He lived and worked and breathed with a cow whip in his hand. See, whenever I use a cow whip, it's just to have a good time and come out and work cows on the ranch, but it's not like something I do for a living. My grandpa, he lived with his whip. He lived with his hat. Now, my hat has a lot of miles on it, but the true cow hunters, the original crackers, were amazing men that could make anything out of nothing and lived and breathed out here in some rugged land. They earned the name cracker. So to them, it's an honor to be called a cracker. To me, I'm honored to be the grandson of a true cracker. And to anybody that wants to say that's derogatory or negative, shame on you. And to everybody else, don't use derogatory terms. Don't use racial slurs. Try to be nice. Try to be respectful. Understand people's heritage and history. Be more good and less bad. And if you would, subscribe to my channel, because deer meat for dinner is who I am. It's what we do every single day. Subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. Have a wonderful day. I'm out.
Oh, it's nice. It's nice.
Now, where did you grow up?
Indiantown.
Indiantown, Florida?
Indiantown.
What did you do for a living most of the time?
Oh, well, my daddy would cow hunt, you know, for Uncle Joe Bowers. Him and Uncle Platt had the cows, and he'd always cow hunt for him.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
so you was cow hunting. What else would you do? What else would a cowboy in South Florida do whenever you was growing
Well,
up?
out in the woods, you know, it was those laddered posts. There'd be some on the ground and some was standing,
Yeah.
and we cut the 6 step of them all. That way.
How long were they?
6 foot,
All right. How much did they pay you for one of them ladder knot posts?
25 cents.
25 cents.
25 cents.